Welcome to the Jay Stoyan Show. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm the co-host, Ashley Monroe.
And we are in
New Delhi, India!
Woo! On top of our good buddy, what's his name, Ash?
This is our beautiful Lakshmi.
Wow, this is unbelievable, folks. We're so gracious and so happy and honored to be here in India. Honors of...
Mr. Tapper.
Mr. Tapper, what a beautiful spread we have. We have such a fantastic show lined up today. Why don't you do this, Ash? Why don't you introduce the guest today?
Well, today we have famous, renowned fashion designer, Ocean. I'm actually wearing one of his beautiful saris.
Beautiful, by the way.
And we're interviewing tycoon Samir Tapper, businessman.
And we also have a fantastic dance troupe on. They're going to entertain us to the max. So what I want everybody to do is give a big wave to our elephant buddy. Woo! Sit back, relax. We're going to have a great show. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the Jay Stoyan Show. Welcome back. As you can see, we've changed our location. We're no longer on the lovely Lakshmi. It's right behind us here, keeping us entertained and company. Hey, boy.
Hi, Lakshmi. Say hi.
There you go. Hey, there you go. We're sitting here in a beautiful surroundings here, garden. It's so nice here. We have our outfits on. Ash, why don't you do this? Why don't you tell our fans and our people here exactly what we're wearing and by name?
Well, you're wearing a traditional kota.
Okay, and
the traditional Indian shoes.
There you go.
Like a little bit like Aladdin. And I'm wearing more of a Western kind of sari that we'll be interviewing the designer, Ocean, in a little bit. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you look
great.
Thank you. So, it's so nice here. We're just having such a great time. It's very relaxing. The people here are just great to us. Hospitality, the food, the culture, the music.
And how are you feeling here, Jay, since it's the first time you've ever been to India?
Now that you bring it, I'm blown away. The ride here was great. It was long. It was about 14 hours, less maybe an hour or so. Great service on Air India, I believe.
Yes, Air
It was
India.
Great service. We had food, we had drinks, and then we got picked up. Then the show started.
Then we sent the bodyguards.
Yeah, then we had a 4-car entourage picking us up with bodyguards, machine guns, the whole bit. I felt like, my goodness, I don't know, I felt like a diplomat. So it was great. And then on the way home, we were traveling through the roads. The roads were just crazy fun. Like a great experience. You've seen everybody from the high-level cars like the Mercedes we were in, from Jeeps and trucks to cows, motorcycles
dogs.
with 3 people on, dogs, people
Everything.
walking. It's amazing how there's not like more accidents, I find.
I know. Isn't it so surprising? Because
so-
everyone is like, just do whatever they want.
It's so strange. There seems to be no rules on the roads, but there's very few accidents. And
Yes.
I even told our driver who drove me to get the outfit, I said, if you people honk the horns as much as you do here back in Toronto, people would be getting out of the car. There'd be a fight.
Yeah.
There would be a fight because everybody's honking their horns, all honk, 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 honk. If people would be getting in Toronto, you'd be getting in a
But
fight.
they're used to that,
Yeah.
right? That's how they communicate on the road because there's no rules,
They're
right?
so calm.
Yes.
They're so calm. But why don't we do this, Ash? Because I've only been here once. You've been
Yes.
here close to 20 times. Tell people, from your point of view now, tell people what you really like about India and maybe what you think people would like back home about India.
You know, I feel because I've been all around the world, this culture here and the people here, there's so much warmth to them, Jay. I mean, they're so hospitable. Everything is so accommodating. They want to do everything for you. You know, it's a totally different lifestyle here when it comes down to, you know, getting things or just, you know, the level of the love in people's hearts. Don't you find people are so loving and so welcoming
So
here,
nice.
no?
So nice. So nice. And I really like they're so polite.
They're so polite.
Very polite, and I find that it goes such a long way when you're polite and you're happy and you
Yes.
smile and giving. It's
Very happy
remarkable.
people. You know, there's so much into energy and so much into, you know.
The English aspect here is phenomenal. Like everybody speaks English.
Yeah,
Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people. You can get around just because you don't speak Hindu or you know the native tongue or over
Yes.
here in the Western or Eastern world. Speak English. You get around because I seen when we were on the roads, it's all Canadian.
Yeah.
Like it's all Canadianized or American, whatever you want to call it, English.
Yes.
And so it's a beautiful country. I would recommend it to everybody. I know it's far, but if you have a reason to come, or even if you don't, you like to travel, you got to come to India. It's just a fabulous place. I hope I come back many times.
Yes, we will for sure.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break?
Yes.
And we're going to introduce the JCT dance troupe. They're going to come on and blow us away. So we'll be right back with the Jay Stoyan Show.
Namaste.
Woo! there. We are here at the poolside with a fantastic dance troupe. What we do, we have our interpreter Michael here. He's going to ask us questions, and we're going to get the answers from our fantastic group up here. Michael, can you ask them about the origin of the group and their history?
Sure. I ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਬਤਾਓ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਕੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਹੋ
साड़ी हिस्ट्री है जी साडा हमारा JCT ग्रुप है एक फैब्रिक का यूनिट है पंजाब में है तो उसके जो एक हमारी फैमिली के ही मेंबर है सभी हम लोग तो हम 31 ईयर से यही काम अपना रेगुलर कर रहे हैं और अपने JCT का नाम भी बढ़ा रहे हैं और अपना मन भी खुश कर रहे हैं
This is a group, this is a Punjabi group, Bhangra group from JCT Phagwara, which is a town in Punjab, and they are a 31-year-old group, which the members are from just one family.
Wow. Okay, Ash, I know you had a question for our guest.
So how often every single week do you guys practice and learn new choreography?
हाँ जी
कह रहे थे कि ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਹਫਤੇ 'ਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ कितनी नए स्टेप्स कितनी बारी सीखते हो
वीक में 4 डेज प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं तो हम ऐसे जैसे टीवी पे जो कुछ आते हैं लोग बाकी डांसते हैं उनके हम ले लेते हैं कुछ अपने आप भी हम एक्शन बना लेते हैं यहाँ करना है यहाँ करना है ये करना है वो करना है हम ये करना है वही एक्शन हम बना लेते हैं और वीक में 4 डेज हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं 2 hours डेली
2 hours every single week 2 hours every day 4 times a day
So what did he say?
4 times a week they practice and it's 2 hours a day and they generally improvise on their own and they learn steps from watching what comes on television and most of the times they improvise on their own.
How often are they performing though like live for the actual company a week?
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਪਰਫਾਰਮੈਂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਹੀਨੇ 'ਚ ਹਫਤੇ 'ਚ ਜਾਂ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ
मतलब यही दस महीने के ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ मतलब 12-13 मतलब 12-30 डेज करते हैं मंथ में हम लोग 12-30 डेज
Every 30 days.
Every 12-13 days, like every fortnight.
Namaste, shukriya, shukriya.
ठीक है शुक्रिया
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, what I want to do, I want to thank the fantastic dance troupe JCT. They put on a great performance for here. It's our pleasure having you guys on the show. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we want to introduce our next guest, Ash.
We have famous fashion designer Saga Mehra on our show today.
So sit tight, and we'll be right back with the Jay Stoyan Show. Woo! Welcome back to the show. We're here in lovely New Delhi, India. What a show today, Ash.
Yeah,
I tell you, it's a crazy show.
amazing.
We just had a fantastic dance troupe on. We were on the elephant. We did our intro. We have a fantastic designer on the show with us now. Ashley, do you want to introduce him?
This is fashion designer Saga Mehra.
Woo!
Thank you for being on our show today.
Very nice. So, Ash, you take a lead here. You go ahead.
Well, I mean, we just want some history about who you are and how you started in the fashion industry.
It's great. Hi, I'm Sagar Mehra. I'm Delhi-based designer. I started my career in 1998 when my dad threw me out from my house. And I came to Delhi. I struggled a lot during my study time, institute, at the night time. That time I handled some construction site of my cousin brother. So it's a lot of struggle come out, and in 2001, when I go back to my hometown, Amritsar, it's Punjab, so I get some inspiration from my sister and again from my family support, and I come back to Delhi and go to London again for my higher studies in London College of Fashion. So where I see a lot of fashion, lot of structure designs, lot of Paris-based designers. I met them out there. So then I come back in 2004 and I thought I'm going to launch my own collection. So my label, I launched Parampara by Sagar Mehra. That's 2004 and 9th of September 2004 I launched in label.
Wow. The outfit that I'm wearing is more not so traditional, right?
It's more feminine. It's more like festive outfit. It's because Diwali's and I had in the next 20 days is the biggest festival in India. So I make some few outfits for the people who's gonna wear in Diwali parties. There's a lot of happening in Delhi. A lot of streets is full of lights and everything. It's like Indian Christmas.
That's excellent. You know what I find so amazing, with designers, is how you guys start from scratch. How you design a beautiful outfit. I don't know
where the creative force comes from.
Where does that come from?
See, the creativity, it's a kind of inspiration. It's the ideas which my sister is doing from long back. So when I was in Delhi, I got a lot of inspiration from my sister, and then slowly, I start doing a marketing of my product. So now, like my label is famous, like in Canada, in New York,
Canada,
in London, and everywhere. Like people know me in Google as well. Like in Sagar Mehra, you can write it down. Like you'll find me everywhere.
You were just in New York recently, right?
Yeah, last year I showcased for one cancer foundation, which is like a Nargis Dutt Cancer Foundation.
How exciting
So
was that?
I raised $250,000 for
Wow,
them. So
that's
it was a gala
amazing.
dinner show.
Nice.
So
Must have been very exciting.
yeah, it was. Like it's a new experience for me to from here to New York, presenting Indian wedding in New York.
Let me ask you two things now. Your inspirations and how do you find the competition?
Yes, like from last couple of years, like from last 2009, 2010, lot of artistic people there in India, because a huge population. And I think so, like when I get into this FDCI, that is like Fashion Designing Council of India. So my membership number is like 85 or 86 or something like that. But now we have like 300 members out there.
Wow.
Yes, competition is coming up with everywhere, like in India, all around the world. But yeah, I'm sustained. Like I have a good design. I try to capture like all the middle class, upper middle class, high end, whatever the client comes to me, whatever they hopes, I capture them.
This is so amazing because I really know so little about designers. And, like, I love it, but I just don't know so little. So is it an expensive sort of endeavor to get involved with? Like,
Yeah, some of them I think, like some of the designers, yes, they make their brand here. Some of the famous designers, very senior designers. But I think so, what sells, that's a quantity, that's a massive and a beautiful design. What I'm trying to do, I try to capture massive and capture all type of economy, either is like in a high end and the low end, because it's like globally, like from last few years, even like America, North America, Canada, Europe, we all suffering in this like crisis.
Yes.
So I try to capture on that way, like I have to make such collection which is beautiful and economical.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that because I know you did bring some models, which we're going to get to in a little bit.
Yeah, that's my new line for Indian this festive time.
Can you give us like a brief example of what you manufacture? Like obviously the beautiful gowns, but do you also do I don't know, like saris
Yeah.
and what else? What other
all
kinds
the Indian bridal couture.
all the Indian stuff?
Yeah.
You make a lot of wedding dresses,
Yeah,
right?
a lot of wedding
Is
dresses,
that
like-
your main thing here? 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
it's my
so-
main. It's my bread and butter.
That's great. So why don't we do this? Why don't you take the lead and you can bring out your models now, and then we'll talk to you a little bit after they're done.
Sure.
They can do their little. There we go. And you can introduce them too,
Yeah, she's Arena.
Karina.
She's a very good model in India.
Very
and
nice.
this is one of my outfits. It's a festive outfit and a pre-wedding outfit. Like it looks more bubbly, more beautiful, and very feminine. Look.
Very nice.
Very nice, gorgeous.
And she's Hana. So Hana's wearing a sari, which is like very artistic blouse. It's make more modern, like because my clients in UK and Canada and New York, like they are very modern.
We're a little bit more
Yeah. So like
funky.
in India, it's still like a little conservative, but it's like very soon they start wearing this kind of blouses and very glamorous saris.
And how long
Very
would
nice.
one of these outfits actually take to make?
It's like it depends. Like this kind of outfit is like a drape of maybe 20-meter fabric,
Wow.
Okay.
and it's all pure fabric
And
because
this is all Swarovski, right?
yeah, it's all crystallized. And it will take maybe like around 15 to 20 days. I have a good backup.
Oh, that's
like,
not bad.
Yeah, I have a good backup with it. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm a masses guy. Like I make a design, but the masses for the masses. It's not for the limited editions like go like exorbitant prices. No, I'm like a production man. Like I do good production, good design, make a good design to sellable to everybody.
So let me ask you this: for new designers coming up in the world,
Yeah.
how do you recommend, or what do you recommend to say for them to sort of like break into the market? Because I realize it's probably so tough.
Yeah.
Right. So what are some of the tips that have helped you?
See, according to me, I'm an artist, I'm a designer, and I study all around the world.
Okay.
I travel almost 36 countries.
Wow.
So I study like in Milan, in Paris. In Europe market is like very different, and they grow up. They grow up like in a really big way. So, but for Indian, like I haven't seen any of the Indian designer who have the multi-stores abroad anywhere, and they're continuously working with anybody because of the price factor. Some of artists, they think like they make one product and just put some XYZ amount. What a price, like, and so people, like, everybody will not afford that, you know.
Yeah.
If it's wow also, like, and if it's wow, like, if the people have good money, like, I'm talking about the elite class, they will have a lot of options to go through it.
Yeah, okay.
So what I mean to say, like what I studied around this market, we have to capture this market within the right way, with the beautiful designing, ultimate finishing, and the right pricing.
Well, I love the clothing.
Yeah.
So I love.
So
yeah.
how would our
That's
guests
how
and
we're gonna do.
and our fans find you now in North America if they wanted to purchase, some of your clothes?
Well, I have I'm merchandising with a store in Toronto. That's a Khoobsurat collection, and I have my partner is in Long Island, is next to
nice.
New York.
Okay.
So
Website?
anybody want to go through, and they will see my collection on my website. That's at www.sagarmehra.com.
Can you spell that for them? Can you spell that for us?
www.sagarmehra.com, sagarmehra.com.
We should also put some stuff also on our website,
Yeah,
right? Just to
absolutely.
promote
Yeah.
him
Please
and
do. Yeah.
get
We
the
raise that
Toronto
section
girls,
and go there too.
Sagamera.
I have to say you make beautiful, beautiful merchandise. So I'm
Thank
very,
you.
yeah, beautiful
It's
clothing.
gorgeous.
I would like to thank fashion designer Sagamera. Sagamera, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
It was great.
Thank
You have
you.
beautiful,
Amazing.
beautiful outfits. Make sure you check this guy out. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with Tycoon.
Samir Tapper.
So stay tuned and make sure you join us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. We are so excited because we have on
Business tycoon Samir Tapper
and rally great
and Hunter.
and Hunter and an all-around good guy.
Yeah.
Samir, Sammy, we are so happy to be here. Honored to be your guest in your beautiful compound.
Thank
Yes.
you.
This
Thank
is
you.
great. We have so much to ask you, but because you're a man of the world, why don't we get into the history of India briefly and tell us the history, because I know a lot of people back home are dying to know, and it's great because we have such a big population of Indian people in Canada.
Second largest
Yes.
in the world.
Well, India is a very old country. We have a history that goes back 5,000 years. So there's a lot of culture. Our predominant religion in India is Hinduism.
It's Hindu?
Yeah. Today, India's population is about 1.3 billion people, out of which about 80% are Hindus.
Or Hindu.
So predominantly from the past, it has been Hindus. So Hinduism being the main religion, and we have many gods
Okay.
that Hindus pray to. Of course, we have Muslims, we have Christians, we have Jews
Yeah.
who also live in India. But we have many gods that Hindus pray to: Lord Shiva, Lord
And do
Krishna.
they pray in the temples? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Temples? The
yeah,
Hindus? Okay.
yeah. So it starts from Lord Krishna,
Okay.
and then of course he was, you could say, like the main god, and then from him transpired various different gods that came to earth. Yeah, so that's.
So what I want to ask you is, being a Canadian, being from the West, and because we really know nothing about India, but let's reverse it. What is your conception of North America? Even though I know you've been there a lot, what do you think the Indian people's conception of America is, like North America, the West sort of thing?
You mean generally speaking?
Well, generally what I'm trying to ask is because we have such a, like I said, a heavy population of Indian people in Canada, but it just seems that there's a barrier there for no reason. Like, the Indian people don't really mix with the Canadians and vice versa. And it's not because they don't get along. It's just, I don't know, they just don't sort of, mix. They stay to their own.
Well, I think, there are some that do, there are some that don't. Maybe a majority of them stay to their own, to their own Indians.
Style, yeah.
But, you see that in different cultures. You see the Italians will stick more with the Italians.
yeah.
You'll see the Pakistanis will stick more with the Pakistan. It's just where you're...
Depends on the person,
It
maybe,
depends
right?
on your comfort zone also.
If you're outgoing
and,
or not,
And,
or-
yeah, and if you're from a particular culture, you grow up in a particular way, you tend to be more comfortable with your own people. But I've seen Indians in North America, mixing more and more with people traditionally from, say, Canada or in the US.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but yes, I agree with you that they do stick. I guess it's more about their comfort zone,
And there's a lot of foreigners here in India too, isn't there?
Yeah, there are a lot of expats that work here now,
Yeah.
and it's becoming more and more. Over the last 5 years, it's really grown. More and more foreigners coming and working for companies that are
I
coming
noticed
in
that.
India. A lot
Yeah.
of investments from foreign companies coming into India, so they have people working for them.
Talking about investments, now I know you're such a big businessman, so I know Ashley knows quite a bit about what you do. So maybe, Ashley, if you can take the lead and sort of get into the business side of things.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thanks,
it's
Ashley.
an honor. I'm actually a huge fan of business, so I want to ask lots of questions.
Yeah.
And I'm sure lots of our guests and fans would love to know from
Sure.
such a big tycoon. So can you tell us a little bit about JCT?
Yeah, okay. Well, JCT is predominantly a textile company.
Okay.
Started by my grandfather in 1949.
Wow. So that's
Yeah.
about 60 years.
Yeah, you can do the math. And yeah, so he started this company. He was basically a farmer who
Okay.
came from the state of Punjab up north, in the north of India. And he then moved to Calcutta
Wow.
to get into business. And he had a great mind and great imagination and great determination for business. And then he started out in his business career. Started out with coal and coal mining. He was known as the coal king of India. Then the coal mines got nationalized by the government of India. They got taken away.
Wow.
So then he started off with various different companies. He got into engineering. He took over a couple of English engineering companies in India. And then he started JCT in 1949 in Punjab, a textile company.
Amazing entrepreneur.
Amazing entrepreneur. I mean, that's what his life. His whole life was work.
So then your father started taking on the business.
Yeah, and then my father took on the business. He went to university in America. He's a textile engineer from Philadelphia.
Great.
And then he came back, and I think 1950s he got into the business. And there are four brothers that my dad has. He has another three brothers. So each got involved in different aspects of the business. Somebody got involved with engineering.
Okay.
Somebody was looking after the paper business. Another brother was
Customer
looking after
service
some. Well, no, my father then was responsible for JCT. He was growing that business and developing that business. And then just he developed it, and then we got into polyester staple fiber, making fiber that goes, you mix with cotton to make fabric.
I've actually been in your factories before, and they actually have women on roller skates, right, Sammy?
Yeah, in one spinning department we do, as part of one of our HR, the development programs, to see how we could improve the productivity in our spinning machines.
And that's another part of the company sort of thing?
No, that's part of the textile process. From cotton, you spin the yarn.
Oh, wow, okay.
So in the department that has the spinning the spinning machines, we found that the productivity could improve, but we needed the women to move from spindle to spindle faster because the downtime was a little longer.
Very good idea.
So we trained them how to roller skate.
That's great.
And they were roller skating from A to B in the department and getting there quicker. And they became really good roller skaters.
And are your companies sort of centered in India, in New Delhi, or not really?
No, we are north of Delhi, about 400 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And so you've been into business pretty much since you were a kid, or?
Well, I came back from the U.S. in 1989, and then I was at the factories in Punjab for a couple of years, training, getting to know how things work, at the grassroots level, getting to know the people, and so yeah.
And I know you have so much. You probably have so many stories to tell, but tell us a little bit. Let's sort of change subjects a little bit, and tell us about your hunting career, because I know you're a big hunter.
Yeah, I started hunting. One of my fondest memories of hunting is when I have a picture in my dining room of me standing next to my brother when I was 4. I think it looks like I was 4, and he's sitting on a tiger that my dad had hunted. In those days, tiger hunting was legal. Now it's not, and I'm glad it's not. And in a way, I wish it was never legal because that's my favorite animal. Beautiful. But growing up, so I've seen hunting since I was a kid.
Wow.
I shot my first bear when I was 11. So I was pretty obsessive about hunting. And for the last, I think in 1980, late 80s, no, actually 83, hunting was banned in India.
Oh, was it?
Totally banned in India. So when I was older and I could afford to,
you have to go.
I started going to Africa.
Africa,
yeah,
wow.
to Zimbabwe for the first time. I've hunted in different parts of Africa.
That's excellent. And you also are a rally driver.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that too. Wow, the guy's man of the world here.
Everything.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in the jungles.
Okay.
So I used to drive. So there was no traffic.
Okay.
Right. I mean, on the dirt roads.
Yeah.
So I learned how to drive really early, and my People who seen me grow up always joke that I would vanish under the wheel when I had to hit the brakes, stop the car, because I was too small to do both, is to brake and drive. So when I needed to brake, I'd vanish under the dashboard, brake, and then suddenly come up. So I started driving when I was really early. And there was all dirt roads, so you just, you know, as you grow up, you're driving on dirt roads. So
and you still do it to this day, or not really?
Or I stopped rallying about 7 years ago. I had a bad accident on an ATV, so I couldn't rally since. So I haven't rallied in 7 years. But I was going to do an event starting the 11th. It's called the Raid the Himalaya. It's an extreme endurance event.
Dangerous sport though, eh?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, this event that I was going to do is, you can say, is dangerous. Rallying, generally speaking, motorsport, is dangerous, but the level, the safety standards today have developed a lot.
Dale Earnhardt died.
Well, just generally over the years, they've gone up. So you don't have. I mean, there was one fatality last year in world rallying. But generally speaking, touch wood, since I've been rallying in India, there have been fatalities, but really in this event that I was going to do, which is the Rally the Endurance, Rally the Himalaya, sorry, because it's up in the Himalayan mountains. So you're actually driving, you go from 7,000 feet, you're driving up to 18,000 feet. You're driving at the highest motorable road in the world. It's actually the highest road in the world at 18,300 feet. So you're going over a pass at 18,300. So you actually, you know, that's the highest motorable road. So if you go off these roads, you go down thousands of feet.
That's great.
So yeah, that is
so many stories. Well, we have a couple more things, but before we do the special thing, we're going to announce to everybody. Where can people see more about your business? Can they go to a website or anything?
Yeah, they can just go to www.jct.com.
Okay. And what we want to do now is we want to introduce a very special guy.
Who will be the future Empress of JCT. He's Samir Tapper Jr.
So if he's around somewhere, we can bring out Sammy Jr. I don't know if he's around. Or why don't we take a quick break and we'll bring him out. Okay, so stay tuned and we'll be back with the Jay Stoyan Show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. Before we go, we have a very special guest we want to introduce. Ashley, take it away.
This is going to be the future Empress, Samir Tapper Jr.
Hi, Sammy.
Do you want to wave?
Wave to the fans. Wave to the camera. There you go. Yeah, and say your name. There you go.
Can you tell all of our guests who is the president of JCT?
Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
And can I ask you another question? Oh, is that Lakshmi?
Okay.
Can I ask you one more question?
Okay, I think he's in his own little world, but that's okay. We're gonna be seeing more of this guy.
So Sammy, what is your company called?
What's it called?
And what do you manufacture with your father?
Textiles.
You manufacture textiles.
Wow.
Good boy. Okay, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, especially Sammy Jr. We had a great show. I want to thank everybody for their hospitality and fun and kindness. It was a great show. We're going to add clips and pictures and everything, so make sure you check out our website, www.thejaystorianshow.com. Ashley, thanks again for wonderful co-hosting.
Thank you
I want to
so
thank
much.
Sammy. I want to thank everybody here, the crowd, the audience.
Thank you, Sammy boy.
And we'll see you next week on The Jay Stoyan Show.
Namaste.
Thank you.